What's up, everybody? Wishing y'all happy Tuesday. Today's the first day of spring for March 21st. Hope everybody's doing well this month and this week so far and had a great weekend last weekend. And hope y'all got great plans coming for the next week and the week coming. Looking forward to do this next episode. We're getting ready to prep. What's up, Hammer Hams? What's up, Too Dapper? Appreciate y'all dropping right now on the chat. We're going to get ready to have Felipe to come in a moment. Getting everything prepped. I hope all you guys doing really well today. How's everybody's weekend and week so far? All right. I'm just getting everything set up. Give me a moment. Excited to do this episode today. Hope you all are too. We just I'm getting ready. We're gonna have my dude Felipe come in soon. Yeah, tell me how you guys doing today so far. Those of y'all who's in the chat. That's good to hear, Joey. What's up, Josh, man? Thank you for coming in. Sore, that's okay, man. You'll heal for the week. We'll be ready for the next session. Appreciate everybody chilling, man. That's good, man. That's good. Are you at work today, man? Are you at work today, Jordan? Yeah, just give me the moment, man. I'm inviting Felipe now. I'm just waiting for him to come in. Okay, cool. I appreciate you coming on the live today, man. Very much. Are you hungry, Mo? Well, get something to eat. Get something to eat right now. That's what the show. You get something to eat while I watch the show right now. I appreciate all you guys. Yeah, I just invited him now, so I'm waiting him to accept the request. He should be on shortly. But anyway, man, tell me some goals you guys got this week or for the month going into April. What do y'all want to do with your skating or your professional lives? Anything interesting? Yeah, bigger rails, man. You'll get there, man. You'll get there. Hold on. Let me resend this invite. We trying to get them in here, man. Let's let this live. Yep, we'll be ready for the Staples Center. Yep, yep, yep. I look forward to that day. All right, we got my dude Felipe in here now. We're gonna put him on. Right. Felipe, I just sent you the video invite. Accept that if you can. Hold on here. Just bear with us. Okay, there we go. All right, there we go.
What's up?
What's up, man? How you doing today?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic, man. It rained a lot this morning, man. We had a rainstorm, so flooded and everything. I went out, but
It's,
everything's all good, man.
it's raining here too.
Yeah, man. So we want to welcome everybody today to episode 9 of the Point Set Films _ skate podcast. I'm featuring my boy Felipe, one of the Framework skateboard team riders. How you doing today, man?
I'm doing good, bro. Like I said, it's raining over here too, so I'm actually right in front of the skate park.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, which one? Which one is it? The one that you like to skate a lot that got like the big rails and hubbers?
Yes.
Yeah, you always put on film. Yeah.
Yeah,
What's that park called?
so it's called Mueller Skate Park. It's here in Austin, Texas. It's a fairly new park. It's kind of small, but it's a really fun park to skate.
Okay, that's cool, man. So, I wanted to ask you, man, what was the first moment in your life that got you to inspire to become a skateboarder?
Man, that was a long time ago. So I got I got my first skateboard when I was 4 years old, and that was actually it's funny because I actually so it was from watching The Simpsons. So watching Bart Simpson.
Yeah, he was skateboard. Yeah,
Skating.
that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so him and also like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
yeah, yeah.
they
Yeah.
they would skate too. So I saw that as a kid, and I was like, dude, I want to do that. But there was definitely like so around that time I got my first skateboard, and after that I went on vacation with my parents to this small town in Brazil because that's where I'm from, and I saw these guys skating a flat bar. We were there on vacation, and I was like, whoa, I didn't even know you could do that stuff on the skateboard. And that I think like was the kind of like the changing moment where I was like, okay, I wanna do something like that, you know.
Okay, that's cool, man. So, what was your first board setup? Do you remember your first board setup you had?
Yeah, so I have a picture of me with it. It was just a toy. It was kind of like a Brazilian Toys R Us type thing. It was just a yellow board with it was like a fish shape, like the shark boards with it was yellow and it had like the purple wheels with a dinosaur under it. It wasn't a real skateboard, but it was my first skateboard.
Oh
So
yeah, I remember that. Like my first real setup, I had a rocker power. That was my first set of rocker power board because I used to love rocker power, man. I
yeah,
remember I was talking about it our last episode with Jeff, we were talking about how much you love Rocket Power, how I got us inspired to skate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rocket Power was sick. I definitely like growing up watching Rocket Power for sure. That I was like, yo, this is too cool. So definitely a big fan of Rocket Power growing up too.
So, what do you remember your first moment like when you went to like your first skate park?
So so it was when I moved to the States. So when I was 10 years old, I moved from Brazil to America, and I actually randomly moved to I lived in Cape Cod, Massachusetts for 1 year, and I went to my first skate park, and I was kind of just like and just I was just like, whoa, what is this? This is crazy. I never seen anything like this before. And funny stories, I actually found a board there. I found like a Tony Hawk birdhouse board that was just sitting there for a long time. You could tell like the bearings were rusted out and everything. And I remember I asked, like, there was just for some reason there was just rollerbladers at that park, and so I went up to them and I was like, hey, is this you guys' boards? And they kind of gave me attitude. They're like, does it look like I skate? And I'm just like, all right, cool. This is my skateboard now. So that was like my
Yeah.
first board in America.
Oh, that's cool, man. That's cool. So you're in your childhood, you lived in Brazil, born and raised there. Like, what was that like living in Brazil? Like your first 10 years of your life? Like,
Man, it was cool. I mean, I had like a very active childhood in Brazil. Um, I feel like, nowadays you see kids and they're just like stuck to the iPad, the iPad generation. But out there it was crazy. I was always out and about, like never really wanted to go inside. I was just always on the streets, just riding my bike, riding my skateboard, just having fun outside, flying kites. That's a big thing out there. We fly kites and just like battle kites in the sky. So it was fun. It was a really active childhood.
okay, cool. When you were there, did you see any skateboarders skating around, or was there any around?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. That I would see them every now and then. I'd see people skating. But it was the most that I saw was when we would go to this town in Brazil. We would go to this city over that was kind of a vacation town. We would go there like maybe every few months. It's called Caldas Novas, and it's pretty much just a hot spring town. They have like natural hot springs there, so we would go there to go swimming and stuff. And then at night we would walk around the fair, and out there would be guys set up in the middle of the street with a flat bar, and they would just be going off on a flat bar. So that was my first like, okay, this is real skating.
Oh, that's cool, man. That's really cool. So like when you did move to the States and started to get moving with it, like did you get to watch like any like pro skate videos, like any like big American skate videos that got you to be like, oh, I want to try to learn how to like do tricks, learn how to ollie, kickflip, grind flat bars, boxes and stuff? Like what what
Oh yeah.
what started to motivate you then at that part of your life when you were first skating?
So when I first moved, so I moved from Cape Cod, lived there for 1 year, then I moved to San Francisco, and I grew up pretty much in the Bay Area, San Francisco area, and it was when so it's funny story is actually my dad used to deliver newspapers, and so he used to deliver to the Thrasher warehouse, and he used to deliver to the Think warehouse, Think Skateboards, which
Yeah,
was
I know
right.
things skateboards, yeah.
Think that's throwback for sure. But he used to deliver to both warehouses, and he told them, he was like, "Hey, my son actually skates." So and they were like, "Oh, bring him in. We'll hook him up." So he actually took me into the warehouse, and they laced me up with a mini complete. So it was like a mini Think Skateboards complete. They
Oh,
get
that's great.
Yeah, it was fucking sick. Like I got like this whole setup. So and that's kind of like the turning point where I was like, okay, I'm gonna try to do tricks. And but my first skate video was around that time. So since I had the board and I was learning how to skate, my dad was like, okay, well, I'm gonna give you a skate video. So my first skate video was girl skateboards, yeah, right. That was like that just blew my mind. That was the coolest skate video. It's still one of my favorites to this
Yeah,
day.
that is one of the best. So what was that like? What year was that? Was that when like it first came out, like in 2003? Like,
Yeah, that was exactly it. It had just came out in 2003, and I watched that video and I was like, okay, this is skateboarding right here.
yeah, that was one of the first handful videos I saw too. In my beginning, I started skating in 2002.
Okay,
So yeah, my very first skate video, professional video I saw. Well, I saw a 411 tape. That was the
sick.
first one I saw, and then the terms as a board brand, I saw Zero, Dying to Live and Misled
That
Youth. Those
that
are the
those
first, yeah, and Baker 2G and Baker 3, and then eventually Baker 3 later.
yeah,
Yeah,
Baker 3 was mind blowing too. Like I saw that video and it definitely changed my whole perspective of skateboarding.
yeah, that video, like I remember I would come home from like school every day and just watch it and like get inspired to want to go try tricks outside.
Yeah, no, seriously. I mean, that's how I was with Yeah Right. I would just put it on and I'd be like I would watch like my favorite parts were I was just talking to my friend Corey about this the other day. But my favorite parts in that video were, P Rod's part and Mark Johnson's part
Yeah,
were just mind blowing.
P Rod was my favorite part, and Eric Costin's, and from
Yeah,
Yeah Right. Yeah,
yeah, and that video, like, yeah, same thing. I would throw it on, watch that, and just be like, okay, like, I'm gonna go outside and try to skate like this.
yeah, man. Oh, shout out to your teammate, man. Your boy Drew came in on the chat,
Yeah,
man. Shout out to Drew. That's another team rider of Frameworks. Thank you for being here, man. And so how was that process like of doing your first skate video, like filming it? What was that like? That you remember from?
So, I actually haven't had a full part until recently that I was able to film one. I've been filming like me and my homies back in Vallejo. That's where I grew up in Vallejo, California. Um, and we would go out and film. We did like a series called Vallejo Garbage, and it was just like we would drop like a edit every so many months. But my first experience filming was with them, and it was definitely like, I mean, I think it's kind of what shaped me as a skateboarder was going out with these guys like my friend Luis, one of the coolest guys I know. He would pick me up from my house and take me out skating and just like and film me and push me to skate. And so like, yeah, it was definitely like it was scary, it was intimidating to have a camera following you behind, but it definitely made me like try to skate faster. So I the whole reason I skate the way I do is because of that.
Oh, that's cool, man. Cause yeah, you do go fast. I'm like this guy, man. Like he shreds hard, man. I love it, man. Like it's inspirational for me.
They,
Cause like when I've skated a long time, but one of the biggest fears I've had is getting comfortable with skating fast. I like to skate slow a lot, and I'm like my other boys be like, "Yo, you gotta learn to skate faster, man, to do bigger stuff and skate bigger transition and gaps and everything." I'm like, "Yeah." So like I gotta keep pushing myself to you know
yeah, I kind of got bullied into it. Like they were just like, "Bro, you're going too slow," and they would get closer and closer with the camera, and I was like, "Oh shit, I gotta go faster."
yeah. Yeah, man. So that's cool. Do you remember your first like did you ever make like a sponsor me tape or did you ever like link to anybody to get sponsored? Like
Yeah, most definitely. I was stacking clips with Lou, and we were, like I said, we were going out and filming for these little episodes that we were making, like these little montages. And I was like, "Yo, dude, can I just get some of these clips so I can make a sponsor me part?" And my sponsor me part's actually still on YouTube. But yeah, I was like, that was the first time where I like threw something together, and I've definitely come a long way, but it's cool to look back at it for sure.
now what was your first sponsor
Um,
that you
I actually, so I've like, there was a small board company here in Austin that I was skating for a little while, um, but it kind of fell through. It was the guy that was running it. He was having a lot of health issues, and so we weren't really able to do too much with it. But after that, I skated for a shop here, and I'm still skating for them till this day. So I didn't really look for a sponsor because I made the video, but I didn't really send it out to anyone. I got shoes from DC before, but it was more just for fun. Like I wanted to see if I could do anything with it, but I wasn't too proactive about sending it out. I felt really self-conscious about it too. I didn't think my skating was up to standards yet, but yeah, I didn't do too much with it. But my first sponsor was a small board company and then a skate shop that I'm still skating for now.
Okay, do you remember the name of that company? That was a
It
small
was
company?
called Severed Leg. It was a really small company. It was more of like a art type thing than anything.
Oh, so like they gave you like some free boards and like backed you up with that?
Yeah, yeah. He gave me some free boards, and I was just like, oh, sick. Like, they were shaped boards too, which I really dig shaped boards. Like, I haven't been skating shaped boards that much lately, but I used to be big on skating shaped boards, and so I was really stoked. And yeah, he like hooked me up with boards, and that was really cool.
Oh, that's really cool. That must have been like really amazing when you got like your first like free boards and like you're like, wow, I don't have to pay
For
for this.
sure.
Like,
Yeah, it's like
yeah,
mind blown. Like I'm just like, whoa, like you want to give me free boards? All right, well, thank you.
yeah, man. Have you ever skated in any contest?
I have. I skated so back in Vallejo, we've had like a few like contests. Um Actually one of the guys that's in the chat right now, Volcamold, Corey, he went back with me and we skated another homie contest there before too. But yeah, my first contest was there. And that was, I think, I can't remember exactly what year it is. I have the trophy from it, but I placed second place, and I also got best trick, which was really cool. And then last time I went back home, there was a homie contest, and I got second, and my friend Corey, that's in the chat, he got first. So
Okay,
yeah,
cool. Shout out to both of you guys, man. Do you remember the trick you did when you won the best trick?
yeah, I do. It was just it was the a back three, a back three on a like a it was like a alley oop back three on a pyramid, which is still one of my favorite
Yeah,
tricks.
man, got those on lock, the back threes.
Yeah,
Like you got a lot of clips of those. Those are one of my favorite tricks you do.
yeah.
So like what got you later in your skate career as you got more advanced, more confident with your style? What got you to get more committed to like jumping on bigger rails, hubbas, ledges? Like you got really good grind tricks down. Like
Yeah,
what inspired
yeah.
you to get there?
I think it was just like having good sessions, like you're with the right people, skating with people that are at a higher level too. Just seeing people throw down, and then also like friends kind of pushing me. I think like I'll go out with friends and they're just like, yo, you got this. Like there was a few tricks in my part recently that I just filmed, my first actual full part where like I wasn't sure if I could do it, but my friends were like, hey, you got this, dude. I've seen you do this and that. Like you could do this. I know for a fact. And so I think like kind of having friends push you and believe in you really just goes a long way for sure.
Okay, could you have that on YouTube, that part?
It hasn't released yet. The full video is going to be coming out, and we're going to have a premiere for it back in Vallejo. I guess there's talks of having it at a theater and everything, so it's going to be it's been a big video that we've all been working on. It's been like, I think like 2-3 years coming, so
Okay,
um
cool.
excited.
So is that for Frameworks or is that for a
That's
homies?
a homie video.
Okay.
Uh, yeah, it was just I haven't had a chance to film a full part because this they've already had a few of these videos before, and this is the first time that they're gonna be releasing like where I was actually able to take part of the video. So I'm excited. I definitely gave it my all. So
Yeah, me too, man. I look forward to when it gets released, and hopefully I could be able to see it and
oh,
the other viewers down
it'd
the
be
line. Yeah.
awesome.
So you said you have another shop that you're still sponsored by right now.
Yeah. So right
So
now I for
how did
Apple.
that relationship start, like transition to?
So, so it's a shop called Apparition Skateboards. They're a small shop here in Austin, Texas. There's only, I think that now there's like about 3 or 4 shops here. They were one of the first ones with, along with No Comply. And yeah, they've been around for a long time. When I first moved to Texas, I heard that they had a mini ramp in the back. And so I pulled up to the shop and I was like, yo, is it cool if I check out this mini ramp? And they were super friendly, super welcoming. And like I said, like I used to really love skating shaped boards, still do. I just don't as often, but they actually were they're still probably one of the only shops that sells shaped shop boards. And so I just talked to them, skated with them, and the owner Troy is the coolest dude, and he was just like, hey bro, like I really like your style, would you be down to represent the shop? And I was like, yeah, I mean, say no more, I'm super down. So I already love the shop and I love what their whole aesthetic and what they're going for. It's a very core shop. Like it's, you go in there and you're like, okay, this is a skate shop. So it's pretty sick. So we've had a great relationship and it's been nothing but good. Right now I'm kind of in between jobs, and so I've been working there on weekends. And I mean, they were just like, yeah, dude, like you should come work on the weekends. So it's been sick. It's been super cool.
Yeah, and I want to say I appreciate you vocal for sharing the link to the shop. Those of y'all, you got the tag right there. If you want to check it out, follow the page. I definitely will. I appreciate that. And
Thanks, Corey.
so what's the scene like in Austin, Texas, in terms of the street skating? Like,
So there's a big skate scene here, actually. When people think of Texas, they, like, I know it doesn't really seem like a skateboarding place, but Austin in itself is like a bubble. Like it's very different from the rest of Texas. Like they do like over here, it's very like progressive. So everyone feels very welcome here. So I think they have a lot of spots, and it's also a growing city. So there's also like always new spots being built. So it's pretty cool. Like street skating here is like it's definitely on the up, and there's a lot of great parks being built. Like this one, Mueller. I think it's only like 2 years, 3 years, maybe 2 years old. So it's brand new. So
that's cool, man. And what would you say would be the difference? Is there a big difference between like the street spots, like out like in Cali, like you said you grew up in like San Francisco skating compared to like San Francisco, LA? Like, have you also been to the other cities in Texas, like Dallas, San Antonio, Houston, any of those cities?
yeah, I have. I've skated Houston a few times. I haven't really skated Dallas too much. I've been there, but I didn't really get to skate. But spots in Houston are sick. There's actually it's kind of a bigger city, so they have like a lot of like skyscrapers and stuff. So there is like a lot of good spots there. California, of course, it just has an abundance of spots everywhere as well. But I feel like it's cool. I do think that one big positive of being somewhere where like Austin, where like spots are being built all the time, is that you're hitting stuff that like hasn't been skated yet. So it's
Yeah,
you have, you're the first one there. So it's cool because you go to Cali and a lot of these spots already have been, just destroyed, which is fine. It's
yeah,
still cool, but
yeah. It's the skate capital of the world, so it's like all the skaters from everywhere in the world come there and skate all the popular spots. So it's like I like a lot of spots that's not popular in areas or out of the norm. Like here in Cali, there's a lot of spots that people don't touch, or like going out of state. Because I'm also from like New York. I'm from upstate New York, so like there was a lot of spots up there where I was from that wasn't touched yet. and like I want to eventually when I get a chance to go back and visit New York, I want to skate those. And there's spots I've seen here. I'm like, I haven't seen these too much on any big films, so I was like, I always like something that's out of the box that wouldn't consider to be a popular street spot, but like once you make a trick and a clip on there, that's how you open the gateway up. So I
One,
definitely agree with that and like that too, because I've been to some of the popular spots, and it's like what to do down here because so much stuff has been done, in
yeah,
terms of getting creative.
for sure. Yeah, I agree. I think like skating untouched stuff is always the best. Like finding new stuff and like you already know that nobody's even looked at this. It's always cool. You get to like have your way with it.
Yeah, especially when you share it to the public later, and then people hit you up in your DM like, "Where is that? Like, where'd you skate? Like, where'd you film that?" I'm like, so like that's really cool too. And then, so tell me how your relationship started with Frameworks. How did you transition with them?
So, I think there's just one day I saw that they were like showing me love on Instagram. They're liking a bunch of my videos and they're commenting stuff and they gave me a follow. And I was like, okay, this is really cool. Like usually, in the stage where I am in my skating, I am just like I know what I like and like I know what I like in companies and I know what kind of boards I want to skate. So I hate to say that I'm like picky because I am just grateful for anything, but I am kind of picky where I would just like there's certain boards that I like to skate. There's like certain graphics that I like, and so I saw that they had a really cool logo, and I liked the kind of aesthetic that they were going with. It was very clean, minimal, and organized. So I sent them a message, and I was just like, "Hey, thanks for the follow, thanks for the like. If you guys are ever looking for more people to support your company, let me know." And they immediately replied, and we got to talking, and our visions aligned. And I asked them to try out one of their boards and see if I would like the shape. And he was like, "Yeah, for sure. I'll send you a board and see if you like it." And I love their shape actually. So I was just like, "Wow, this is perfect. I love your logo. I love your shape." So yeah, and then so we just talked, and I just got on the team, and it's history.
That's cool, man. Do you have a goal with them in terms of putting out a video part for them or working on a video with them?
Yeah, for sure. Like I was been talking to actually me and Corey and one of my good friends Ross. We're actually planning on making a video. We're gonna work on a video together, and so I wanted to use that part for framework. So it's gonna be a full VX part.
Oh yeah.
So it's gonna be like really like gritty skateboarding. One of my best friends, Nate, back in the Bay Area, he also skates for Frameworks. I actually got him on the team, and he's gonna be working on his part. I'm gonna work on mine. And there's a guy in California, Ernie.
Yeah,
He's also
Ernie, he's in my area. He's always skating in Anaheim. I've seen him in
yeah,
a bunch of Anaheim parks in my local area. He's really good too.
yeah, he's
And your other teammate
Oh
Andy, he's really good too.
yeah,
Uh,
Andy too. Andy's a beast too. So we're all gonna just film. We have our own cameras. I have a VX. And uh, I know that Matt, the owner of Framework, he got a VX
yeah, shout out
for
to Matt, man. That's the first dude I met and talked to on from the company, and I'm proud of what he's doing, and I'm glad his brand is giving you guys an opportunity to be over the country and working all together, networking together to make something special. So I'm looking forward to when that project's released.
yeah.
And
Too. It's gonna be a good one for sure.
so what would you say for your skate career? Where were your like your big goals? Like where would you like to end up? Would you like to end up being pro? Does it matter to you if you turn pro or not? Or do you want to have a eventually like venture? You could have your own companies one day, or you could you know grow financially good with skateboarding? Do you have any of them kind of goals?
So as far as skateboarding goes, like I don't, I just want to continue progressing. I love skateboarding and like it's a huge part of my life. If it wasn't for skateboarding, I probably wouldn't be here right now. So it's helped me through a lot of uh just things life throws at you, and skateboarding has always been there for me. So it's just very important to me. So anything that happens at this point, I'm just grateful for. I definitely would like to, maybe someday, if I go pro, then I go pro. I'd be stoked for that. But I think my goals really is just to continue progressing, filming as much as possible, put out multiple parts, and if I'm able to one day have a board graphic, then I think that would be like a crazy goal that I would be so stoked on. And I also just want to give back to skateboarding in any way that I can. I would like to maybe someday be able to start some kind of company, small company that involves skateboarding. Like I just want to do like, if I could do like any kind of, I've always wanted to do clothes. Like I'm a big fan of fashion. So if I could like start something that involves skateboarding and it can help other skateboarders, then I'd be super stoked to be able to do that.
Yeah, you do the fashion well, man. Do you do like any modeling gigs, any independent modeling gigs or
Yeah,
fashion like shows?
yeah, I've actually done a few modeling gigs. I've done a few commercials too. So I love fashion, and usually, yeah, like from actually skateboarding has helped me getting to get these gigs with modeling and stuff. So it's all because of skating. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing that transition how like skateboarding now is collaborating with so many different types of parts of the entertainment industry that gives you so many extra opportunities to make money, to get your name known, to do other activities that you love to do that can reflect around your life in skating, because all of us skaters, we all have a life. So our skateboard is pretty much our main thing, but we also do have additional other activities, hobbies, other things we appreciate that reflect our lives around that give us a balance of living.
100%.
And I think that's important and really cool. And like you said, if it wasn't skateboarding, we wouldn't be here right now. Like for me, like I said, skateboarding saved my life, man. Because there's many days I was in my youth, like in my teens and earlier 20s, like I was like a little down, depressed, suicidal a bit. But when I would skate, it would relax me. It would put me in like a present, calm state
Yeah,
where like, I could, I felt I felt like I could be somebody. Like on a skateboard, I feel like I could be who I am.
yeah,
Or like
for sure. That's
other things I try to get into, like I didn't feel that way because I felt like trying to fit in everybody else's, you know, abilities and what they have going on. I realized it just wasn't for me. And me growing
yeah,
up as like a skater, like it was hard for me at first because, like I said, when you're a kid, and like I said, I was also a black kid, so I was like the first black kid in my part of town skateboarding. So it was like foreign to everybody, like, why are you skateboarding? Why are you doing this? And I'm like, because it's something I love to do. Like, it makes me feel special. Like, not special to on an ego trip to make everybody hate me, but like, just like one of my favorite things I enjoy doing at the end of the day. It's amazing to do tricks and do video clips and stuff, but I really just love riding the board. And
yeah,
like for
for sure.
many years of my life, like I didn't commit to doing tricks as much because I could throw a lot of tricks, land everything 1 foot every other time. But I really just love like um, doing manuals and just riding because where I grew up at, we had a lot of hills. So
Yeah.
I just love cruising through the hills and just doing little ollies and manual, trying to manual down all the hills. Like that was
Well,
my favorite thing to do.
yeah, that's what I tell most people, honestly, like trying to get into skateboarding. Like you don't have to worry about tricks. None of that stuff really matters. If you're riding your board and you have a smile on your face, That's all that matters. Like you're having fun, then you're already doing it right. You're doing it better than a lot of people that are just stressing over tricks. Like none of that matters. If you're having fun, that's all that matters.
Yeah, and that's real because it took me many years to get over that because I used to stress out about tricks. And then I used to stress out about filming because I had, like, when I was younger, I had a camcorder, then I lost it and it got stolen. And then, like, I wanted to give up filming. And then I got another camcorder my brother gave to me. Like, my first one, I had like a JVC camcorder. And then I got a Sony Handycam, which I still have that one back in New York. And I filmed with that a little bit. But then I was like, oh, I don't know if I should film because I can't do good tricks yet. And then I just realized, like, later on, like, when things got way more accessible with the phones and we could film, HD on phones now and instantly put everything on social media, I got more confident to just enjoy it, especially filming. It took me a long time to enjoy filming. Like, I used to hate filming myself. Like, I can't, man, I don't want to film myself. Like, I don't do anything anybody likes. And, like, probably within the last, I say, 2 years is like a couple years ago is when I was like, I enjoy to watch myself on film and progress, getting better at my kick flips, my more basic stuff, and feeling myself riding down transition, like dropping down quarter pipes and a mini ramp, something like that. Like stuff I used to dream as a kid. Like, I'll never do that. I'll never do that on film. And like some of the stuff I'm starting to do now and getting more confident, better at my skating. And, I'm enjoying it so much more in my life. It's at this point in my life, it's the most I've ever enjoyed it. And it's even crazy. I tell myself, because like my birthday's next Tuesday, I'm about to turn 33. And I'm like, sometimes I would ask myself, like, damn, how can I still be this old and still love skateboarding the way I was when I was like 12, 13?
Yeah.
But I was just like, if it's in you, it's always going to be there.
Yeah.
And a lot of the great skaters that are the pioneers, the guys that are in their 40s, 50s, and 60s, they're still killing it. Like, they're still, and like that gives us hope that, where before when they were our age, back in their time, most skaters will quit by their 20s and 30s. They're like, that's it. We got to grow up. Forget about it. Now, everybody, it's ageless now. It's ageless.
The best skateboarders killing it right now are the older guys.
Yeah.
Like you look at Hamilton, like the guy's a monster. The guy's a beast, and he's killing it. He's in like late 30s. Like Dakota Servold, he didn't go pro until he was like 30 something. Like these guys are killing it. So it doesn't matter how old you are. Skateboarding doesn't see age. So it's like you're having fun, you're enjoying. Like I get stoked when I see older guys skating. I'm like, dude, people will be like, aren't you too old? I'm like, no, actually, I'd rather be out skating on my skateboard than sitting in a bar stool staring at a wall. Like,
Yeah, man. Like, and it's like, it makes you want to stay youthful. It makes you feel that way. Like, I was watching the Tampa Pro, and they had Clyde Singleton. He's a legendary pro, and he was still skating and like in his, I don't know, late 40s or into early 50s. He's up there, but like he was one of my favorite pros coming up.
For sure.
Like, all them guys can still skate. Like it's amazing. So it's like if they give hope, then there's hope for us. And
100.
And I did have bigger dreams when I was younger. Like I dreamed of going pro, getting sponsorships. But I'm at a place in my life now, like it doesn't matter if I go pro now. It doesn't matter if I get a sponsorship. It would be nice, like if I get good enough, or because sometimes like having a sponsorship, yes, you want to have good talent, but what I've been told from the friends I've had, the people I know that are in it, they like people to have great personalities behind their skateboarding. That it's not just the tricks, it's how the person carries themselves, their attitude. Do they give a vibe to the company, to the other team riders, to the fans that support them? That they're humble people, they're happy people, and
for sure.
I realize sponsorships, they do appreciate and love happy people, and
for sure. I mean, everyone's good now. everyone's good. You go to the park, you have 13-year-olds like hucking stuff that you'd be like, what? Like, how is this kid doing this? But it doesn't matter. Everyone's good. It's all about your attitude and your approach, you know, and what makes you different, what sets you apart. Your attitude goes a long way. You know, there's a lot of skaters out there that unfortunately, you know, they could have been there. They could have made it big time, you know, whatever that means, but they don't, because it's just that attitude. It's like you got to be humble. You got to just have fun. You got to appreciate skateboarding for what it is, you know. I think that's really what matters in the end of the day.
Yeah, what matters, man, and you're doing it for loving what it is. It's not just for money, for sponsorships, for fame, to brag about, you're doing well. It's when you're just appreciating the moment to moment of, I'm appreciating it. Like now, like when I go out to spots, like I love meeting new skaters. Like when I was younger, I used to hate meeting new skaters. I'm like, I don't know, these people gonna like me. They gonna think I'm weird. I may not be. And then now I love meeting a lot of new people, and it's opened a gateway where it's allowed me to do this podcast, to redo have my Instagram channel, because I had Instagram channels before, but I got rid of my old ones. Then the last one I made last year was hacked, so I almost wanted to quit. And then I thought about it. Said I talked to one of my other best friends. Shout out to my boy Cam. I was talking to him about it. I was like, let's just do another one, and we'll get it going. And it's actually mind-boggling. Is I made a lot more progression in the last 3 months than I did the last whole year when I put
Yeah.
out the other um, channel, and have more followers now and more support and more valuable content. And I realized it was just me making up my mind, like, I'm just going to do this because I really enjoy to do this, not because I need to have so much popularity. I need to have a big status. You work with the status you have, and that grows you into the bigger status later on.
Yeah.
And having humility in myself, because before I kept pressing myself. I got to get bigger. I got to get more followers. I got to get better clips. I need to get, if I do the podcast, I got to get big pros. And I said, you know what? Once you just film or interview your homies, and then once you just interview other people who have interest in you, welcome them first. Like I said, I appreciate you very much being a part of this podcast
Yeah.
run. It means a lot. And
No, thank
like
you for all your
I said, even my last episode doing Jeff DeCesare, that meant a lot to me. He was a big pro and one of my favorite ones, and like I appreciate him, and everyone who's been a part of it so far and who's going to continue to be on. And it's an amazing experience, man, and I don't regret it. I don't regret doing this at all,
yeah.
and I want to keep doing it because, like, in my motivation videos, I gotta bring some of them back. I haven't done those in a little while. I've taken some time off, clearing my head, getting my head back together. But I'm definitely gonna put those out too, because a lot of people get inspired by those my positive motivation videos. Behind the scenes, because I like behind the scenes stuff too.
Yeah, for sure.
I love the raw clips, but behind the
For,
scenes of being around, traveling where I go to, or showing other skaters, or just presenting the abundance of it. Like there's a lot of opportunities for skaters out here. Like maybe a path for skaters, like you said, they can have a warehouse, they can have a company, board company, clothing company, shoes. They could run a shop. They could work for a shop. They can collaborate, build some kind of content, some kind of gateway to allow people to appreciate skateboarding. It's not, you don't have to, like back in the days when we grew up as kids, you had to go that route. As I got to go pro, I got to get sponsored, I got to get a. Now there's so many gateways now because of the internet, the social media, the access of tools, the technology, that people could share all their ideas and manifest them to grow the industry of skateboarding and give opportunities that other people wouldn't have had before. It's really great.
I think so too.
And, and I would like to ask you this: What would you say for advice for the upcoming people who are hungry, that they obsessed with like I gotta get sponsored. I gotta do something for a living with skating. What would, from your point of view, what advice would you like to give to those people?
I mean, I would say like if if you're just thinking about getting sponsored, if that's just your approach to skateboarding, then I think that's just you should rethink skateboarding. I think skateboarding is not something where you come in and you're just like, because like I said, level of skateboarding now is huge. It's massive. Like people are so good nowadays. So I think the approach that the if you're hungry to skate, just go skate, have fun, get on your board, have fun, enjoy yourself. Make friends, meet people, get out there and film. And if you have something, and just if you try to be as individual as possible, try to be as creative as possible. When you get on your skateboard, if there's something that you see and you're like, I want to try that, but I don't know if that's cool, fuck that. Just do it. Just do what you think is cool and dress the way that you want to dress. Have fun. You don't have to be like everyone else. That's what sets you apart is your individuality. So I think like if you ever want to get sponsored, that is one way to go about it. I think that's the best way to go about it is be yourself, and someone out there will see that someday, and they might or they might not. But as long as you're having fun on your skateboard, you're gonna people are gonna want to skate, and I think that's huge. If you're inspiring others to want to skate, if you're inspiring others to have fun too, then I think that's even better than getting sponsored. So
Yeah, that's why I love filming so much again. I had because I've always had a passion for film because like I took like video production classes in high school. I did some video production and audio engineering school after high school, and I've always had a love for film and done post production. So, and always had a dream of wanting to make skate videos, and the passion came back where I have fun filming. Like right now, I just use my iPhone. I don't have real cameras yet, but down the line when I get the budget, I'm gonna get cameras. Like I'm a collector, so I want to collect, the small camcorders, the big cameras. Like I want to get the small handy cams, the classic VX, and then the new HD VX, the HD one. Like all those to have where it's all like you have availability for all because every different type of skater has a particular way they like to film. So some guys, like you said, they want the classic raw VX. Some people love the HD now, that they only want to have HD. Some people only want to do stuff on their phone for Instagram or YouTube Reels. And there's a lot of different ways. So like, I think that's great, and people appreciate me film. Like we appreciate that you love to do this because a lot of people don't understand from a filmer point of view. It takes so much patience, and it takes a drive to work along with other skaters because some skaters they have it naturally where they can instantly get clips fast,
yeah,
and then some you have to work with where it takes a lot of time where they got to do a lot of tries. And at first when I learned how to film, it took a little bit to get comfortable with that balance, but now I'm much more comfortable with it, and I enjoy both sides. I enjoy the person, okay, they can get clips really fast, a lot, that's great, and I enjoy the person that could get a really sick clip, a hammer, but it'll take a lot of time and a lot of tries.
it's
But when we get the clip, it's worth it at the end of the
yeah,
day.
for sure. It's a process, and you might not even get the clip. You might go out there, you might try 100 tries, and the clip might not even come out, and you might have to go back again. So it's definitely like that's why it's good to have that positivity where it's like you're going in, you're having fun. The main focus is having fun. You're getting stressed out. Well, maybe today's not the day. Maybe you got to come back again because if you're having fun, then things are going to fall into place. So you're enjoying yourself. I think that's key. That's number one.
Now I wanted to ask you another thing as we're gonna get ready to go off in a little bit. Um, since you're from Brazil, and I know there's many great skaters from Brazil, name some of the favorite pros you like that are from Brazil that are like killing it.
So I think like number one, the legend, the one of the best in my opinion, Rodrigo TX.
Yes, I
He
love. TX, man. TX
TX
is
been doing it for so long, and he's always been so good. Some Minik Madi, just one of his best parts in my opinion. Guy's a beast. Also, if we're talking like newer skaters, you know, like Tiago Lemos, just absolute
yes. Tiago's yes, he's great,
amazing
man.
skaters. Then and you know also another legend, you know, Bob Burnquist,
Yes.
the guy.
I met Bob Burquist, man. I met him and LaJuan Vera at a flip demo when I was
Yeah,
18, and I had the chills when I met Bob. I was like, Bob Burquist, man, you one of my favorite pros ever. And he was like, I appreciate you. He was real cool.
yeah.
And LaJuan Vera is one of the best pros I met in my life. Not just his skating, but his personality. Like I told him, like, yo, bro, you're one of the best, and he said thank you, gave me a
He actually
pound. You know, like real love.
Luan,
He's so humble, man.
he's actually from the town next to where I'm from.
Oh yeah,
So Luan's from,
yeah, that's cool.
yeah, he's from Brasilia. I'm from Goiânia, and I used to live in Brasilia when I was a little kid, and he used to go to the skate shop that I go to all the time. So when I was out in Brazil, so actually Luan's like one of the locals, and when I was skating in Brazil, I went back as a young adult. I went to Brazil to go skate. Stayed at my grandparents' house and just skated the whole time I was there. And I met Carlos Ribeiro. What before he was like really big. He was just starting to get on. I was just like, who is this guy? He's amazing. This
Yeah,
guy's so.
that the Nolly Switchmaster. He one of
No,
the Nolly Switchmasters, man.
we were skating a flat bar. We were skating a flat bar that was like almost like knee high, and it was like skinny and it was long. And I remember this guy Carlos, he was just popping into front feebles and he was just locking them and just sitting on them the whole way. And he did this multiple times, just chilling, like warming up. And I was like, who is this guy? And so I asked one of the homies, I'm like, so exactly who is this guy? Does he skate for someone? And they're like, oh yeah, he's on New Balance and he's on LRG. And I was just like, whoa, okay. So he's like, and they're like, yeah, he's super good. He's gonna be leaving to California soon, and he's gonna go skate out there and film. So it was like right when he was getting big, and yeah, dude was insane. But also one more pro that I wanted to add that I feel like he has so much style and I thought he was really cool growing up was Adelmo Jr. I've
Oh, I
always
know you're talking about. Yeah, he's one of the best too, man. That's right. Yeah,
such good style, huge dreads. He
yeah.
used to skate for Organica and Satori wheels, and dude was just amazing. So
He had
one of
nasty varial flips. He had really, really good
yeah,
varial flips.
he had the best varial flips. That's one thing. He's like, you don't really see like people doing too many varial flips, and he's always had the cleanest like varial heels and varial flips. So definitely inspired me a lot growing up.
Has any like the girl skaters inspired you too, like Leticia, like Raisa, like any of the girl skaters from Brazil?
Yeah, no. So I mean, I'm a huge. I mean, I love just girls skating. I think it's so sick. I just actually just went to Japan and I was out there for a month and like the skate scene there, like there's so many girls that
Yeah,
skate there, which is
Japan is blowing up now. There's a lot of amazing talent out of Japan. Like I was just watching the Nine Club. They dropped it on their experience. They were reviewing one of the Japanese brands. The guys are crazy, technicals, really technical, good. Like
yeah, they're super cool. I mean, I think it's so sick that girls are skating. I didn't really get to watch too many like girls skating growing up, but I think it's super sick. I mean, I it just wasn't as common. Like I would watch like every now and then I'd see like Alyssa Steamer clips, but like that was about it. So, but nowadays I don't really watch too. I love Brazilian skating, and I think it's so sick. But I've actually haven't watched too many Brazilian skaters because I do kind of where my taste is. I'm kind of like into a lot of weirder, not known skateboarders, and that's kind of what I've been leaning towards. So I think it's sick. I like a lot of the guys that are mainstream, but the guys that I'm watching nowadays are not really mainstream.
yeah, there's so many great talent out there, and like I still love all the mainstream people, but yeah, I'm paying attention to a lot of the